Hey guys, this is Sunny from Northland Realty. I'm excited to talk to you about our new veterans program. This program may allow you to buy a home and actually get paid. If that interests you, or if you know any vets that it could help with, you're going to want to stay tuned and watch this podcast until the end. Okay. With me is Julie Rigstad. Julie, you are a lender with Integrity Home Mortgage. Can you speak to us a little bit about your company and who you are?
I would love to do that. I'm Julie Rigstad with Integrity Home Mortgage. I've been in business in the mortgage industry since 1985. Serving veterans is one of my passions, as my son is a veteran.
And when we decided to bring this veteran program up to the Iron Range through Homes for Heroes, which we're going to talk more about at the end of this video, so you're going to want to stay tuned. It was really the decider for me was just how can we create more value for the local vets in our community? So what exactly is a VA loan and who does it serve?
VA loan is only available to those members that have served in the military, whether in the past or currently are serving in the military.
And does that include the reserves too?
Yes, it does.
So all branches of military, including reserves?
Yes, and you should check with a lender to make sure you're eligible for the particular program based on the amount of service you've had. The VA loans were first established in 1944, so it's been around for quite some time.
So it's something that came right after the war, and it was meant just specifically to serve our vets.
Absolutely.
And so as a bonus to our vets, from what I understand, it is a zero down program, right? Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yep, that is absolutely true. Up into the conforming loan limits of $766,000, there is no down payment required.
So you can get a VA loan up to $766,000 for a house at 0% down?
Correct. That is absolutely correct.
Amazing. Okay. And so when we talk about some of the more, besides down payment, other favorable things that come with a VA loan, we talk about things like interest rates, right? So where do you see the interest rates at on a VA loan compared to, say, like a conventional loan?
There's no one right answer to this question. However, typically the rate's about 0.5% lower than a conventional loan.
So it's going to be better than kind of your standard loan. And would you say it's on par with a lot of the first-time home buyer loans like FHA, USDA, some of those other loan programs?
Absolutely is. And as a matter of fact, a little known fact about that is the VA loans have the lowest amount of default, even though there's a 0% down payment.
Wow, that's something I didn't know. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about other things like private mortgage insurance, can you speak to that a little bit? Because that seems to be another amazing fact with the VA loan.
Sure. Most loans, if you don't have 20% down, conventional has a monthly mortgage insurance. And what mortgage insurance does, it doesn't do anything for the borrower, but what it does is protect the lender in the event of foreclosure. So monthly conventional loans, you pay a monthly fee. FHA, you're going to pay an upfront fee plus a monthly fee. And on VA, you will have a funding fee potentially, but no monthly payment.
Let's talk about the credit requirements. So if I was a vet, maybe my credit was just a little bit touchy. Can you speak to, like, with this, it seems like there's a little bit more flexibility with that credit score. What can you tell us about that?
There absolutely is more flexibility. The VA does not have a minimum score requirement, but most lenders do. And I've seen them get approved as low as a 550 score.
Can you say that again? Did you say 550?
I did say 550.
That is absolutely amazing. So no matter what your credit is, you still could potentially qualify for this loan if you are an active or present vet that's in the standard military or reserves.
Yeah.
But now when we get into things like limited closing costs, can we talk about closing for a second?
The VA has a list of approved closing costs that the veteran can pay and the fees that the veteran cannot pay. So really their goal at the VA is to protect the veteran from overpaying for any service.
Absolutely.
And not only that, but with the closing costs, it can be negotiated to have the seller pay the closing costs. And
Sure.
if the seller is willing to pay all the closing costs, you truly can get into a loan with no money down.
Wonderful. And then if you're a disabled vet, there's little extra benefits too, right? Can you tell us about the disabled vet options?
Actually, there's a couple of disabled veteran options. The first one is if you've got a 10% or more disability, there is no VA funding fee. And many counties will actually, you can apply to have the property taxes removed.
altogether. So that's
altogether.
absolutely incredible.
Mhm.
And so it just seems like there's so many cool little nuances with these VA loans that are so beneficial to our vets. I absolutely love it. But there's also additional little known facts that a lot of people might not know.
Yeah.
Some of
I think
those are
I think the
when we
biggest one is, yeah, the seller concession. You can actually get 4% seller concessions on top of the closing costs being paid. So if you need to have a debt paid off to qualify, they can pay up to 4% of the sales price to pay off a debt of the veteran.
sure. So like if you're talking like a veteran might have a credit card that's $1,000, that's hurting maybe like their debt to income limit to be able to
Mhm.
qualify. You're saying a seller can actually pay towards their credit card. We can negotiate that as a realtor in a way to actually get
Ah,
them qualified for a loan.
absolutely correct. Yep, absolutely
Oh,
correct.
and you can use this thing multiple times, right?
Yeah, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer. You can use your VA entitlement amount over and over and over again. There's no limit to the number of times you can use it.
Sure. Can you have multiple VA loans going at one time, or is it just a one use at a time
It
thing?
it depends. It depends question. You actually can have more than one VA loan. It depends on how much remaining entitlement you have and where the properties are located. So if they're not in the same city, so if you're moving from one city, you've kept the property as a rental and you want to buy a new property VA, if you have enough entitlement, you can absolutely use it again for a zero down loan.
Okay. Do you have to live in it for a certain period of time for that then? Do you know?
Um, the intent has to be you've got to intend to occupy, or if you're active military, somebody from your family has to occupy within the first 60 days of closing. And then, with military, it's not unusual for active duty to get new duty orders and have to move. So there really isn't a
Sure,
time
sure,
limit. There
sure,
really
sure.
isn't a time limit, but it goes
Yeah,
down to intent. Mhm.
that makes sense. And so if someone is active and they were to actually die during service, I mean, we hate to talk about this, but
Mhm.
um, there would be a benefit to the spouse too with this program, right?
That's absolutely correct. If a veteran dies in combat, their spouse is entitled to their VA benefit entitlement for home buying.
Wow, just absolutely awesome. So now that we talked kind of just about the basics of what a VA loan is, what would be our next steps? So first step is we need to figure out a certificate of eligibility, right?
Yep, that's absolutely right. And there's a couple different ways you can obtain a certificate of eligibility. You can actually go onto the VA website and you can fumble through and do it if you want, or you can call your lender. Give me a call, actually. Give me a call, and I would be happy to go into the site and do it for you. Just literally need your date of birth, social security number, and it will give it to me instantaneously.
So if someone wants to see if they're qualified for a loan, that's something you can just handle for them up front. They don't have to mess around with all the government websites and all the bureaucracy of trying to search
Yeah.
and find, and you know what to do there. Okay. Um, so let's switch gears a second and just talk about Homes for Heroes. So this is a program that we have brought up to the Iron Range. Now we pay the franchise fee on it. And so it's something that I offer to my veteran clients. And what it is I donate a percentage of my commission back to you, the veteran, whether you're active, past, present. We can just get you qualified for the Homes for Heroes program. It's a real simple process. You just go right to our website at northlandrealty.us. And there's going to be an explainer in the description below after this podcast of how you can register for Homes for Heroes. But if you're looking to become a home buyer in this next year with our program, not only does Julie, our lender here and partner in Homes for Heroes, donate part of her lender fee back to you, we have a title company who has agreed to work with us at a reduced rate. And I also donate about 30% of the commission back to your pocket. So you're into the program for zero money out of pocket. We're going to try to get all your closing costs paid in by the seller when we negotiate the contract. And also, we have a series of people who are willing to donate part of their fees back to you. So this is how we have created a program where you can actually get paid in order to be a Homes for Heroes client with. So if you're interested in buying a home, you can contact me. You can see my number scrolling across the top. If not, it's 218-410-3156. Of course, if you're looking at the screen right now, you can see my contact information. And Julie, if someone had more questions about the VA program just in general, or wanted to learn about pre-qualifying, how would we get a hold of you?
You can reach me at 218-750-3909.
Okay, so it's just a call and a text, right?
Yep, or you can check out my website at integrityhomemortgagellc.com.
Wonderful. Well, I just want to take a second and thank you for having a heart for the vets, for participating in this program. We're giving up real money out of our pockets
Mhm.
to thank you. And a lot of people, don't like to do that nowadays. So the fact that you've got a heart for these veterans, that you've participated in this program, that you want to see veterans succeed, and that you put your heart into it is just absolutely mind blowing. And I thank you too. And we'll look forward to doing some business. So again, guys, call or text. Let's get you into a home. Thank you.
Thank you.